Hey guys, Cassie at Choice of Trinkets, and today's video is going to cover cleaning and sun fading some vintage My Little Ponies. So I wanted to give you a few quick tips before it gets started. Alright guys, so first things first, when you get started cleaning, you need to take the heads off of your ponies. Take them apart. Don't let water get trapped inside your ponies where it creates a prime breeding ground for mold and bacteria. Not a pretty sight. Basically, when I clean my ponies, I use magic erasers and Dawn dish soap with hot water. Sometimes I'll use cold, so soft ponies don't ever want to use warm water on flocking unless you're trying to take it off. You will see me use this and talk about using these all the time. They're miracles. But to save you a little money, cut them into thirds so that you don't waste the whole sponge, because it does, as you're squeezing them out and rubbing, the whole thing tends to wear down, so it will help save you. Another great tip is toothpaste. Peroxide and baking soda toothpaste, the white kind usually, works wonders on rust stains. I can't sing its praises enough. You can get the rust out of most of the nylon fibers of the tail, if not all of it, and then also you can get the rust ring out of the inside of the ponies where the ring was sitting against the vinyl. So wonderful tool. Use a toothbrush to get in there in between all the fibers on the tail and inside of the pony's body. Works wonders. I love it. Once your ponies are clean, my ponies go into the drying rack. They sit and dry for a day. Then I do this. Then they get washed again. Then they sit and dry for a day. Then they come down and they get put back together and they get their hair done, and then they dry for another day. And you know, I'm constantly making sure they get dried all the way. That's so important. With the sun fading process, if you are going to sun fade, which I do on most ponies to some degree, unless I see it and this thing is just perfect. They almost always all have a little bit of yellowing, which sun fading helps with, and it just makes their colors more vibrant and they look beautiful. So I do it on most of my ponies, at least for a few hours. It just depends on how much is there and what time of year it is. Right now it's winter, so my ponies get to go out for a couple of days at least instead of a couple of hours. It just takes longer. It's usually more overcast, which it does work. Sun fading works on overcast days, I will say. You're looking for the UV light, not necessarily specifically the sun. The UV light is still coming through the clouds. It's just more, it's bouncing around a little bit more. It's not direct sunlight, which is okay. I don't mind that it's overcast. So be aware, you can still sun fade in winter, and it's just there's fewer hours in a day and it will take a little bit longer. To protect your pony's hair, the mane will still be attached usually, so cover it with aluminum foil, and before you put on your peroxide. Peroxide for me is a high strength cream developer. So this one is the Salon Care 30. I get it at the beauty supply store. I have used the 40. It does work. I have backed off since because I want to avoid ponies that fade getting too much fading too quick. So I have cut back to this one. It is a high strength peroxide. It says, warning, this product contains hydrogen peroxide, which may cause severe irritation and possibly permanent eye damage. Wear your goggles and your gloves. This activates in sunlight. You do not want it on your skin when it does. It doesn't feel nice. It is an irritant. This is not going to be the same as what happens with the store, you know, your normal store-bought stuff in the wound care section. That stuff is very diluted compared to this. So when you have on your protection and your pony has its mane covered, then you can get to applying your peroxide. So I just usually pour a little bit out into a glass dish, and then I have a paintbrush and a toothbrush to use where I need to get the cream solution applied. I try to avoid paint and hair. It does fade if it gets on there, or sometimes just even the sun can do it. But if you get peroxide onto paint that is prone to fading, it will fade it. Pink is notorious. If it's pink, it's gonna fade to white if you get this on there. And then the other thing to look for is gonna be the hair. Fading pink hair will fade in the sun on its own anyway. The other one that's really prone to fading if it gets on there at all is that neon yellow. There are certainly other colors that do it. In fact, I think they all do it if left out long enough. But some of the things to look for and watch out for when you're doing this. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the tips. I will let you get to watching the video now, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel so I can see you guys next time.